Welcome to Ocala, Florida, where we are here for the final race of the United States DEKA Fit Elite Series here in 2024. It's the final chance to qualify on American soil for DEKA Fit World Championships, which will be held right at this same venue in mid-December, as we're set up about 10 or so minutes away from getting started here with our elite men. As we go over to the warm-up area, we can see that these competitors are getting their last little touches on the zones in before we get things underway here. Again, just after 7:30 a.m. this morning in Ocala, Florida. I am Zander Kean. Thanks for joining me here. A little bit different of a broadcast setup on the OCR report today on the ground here in Ocala. Huge shout out to Yancey, to Dave, Robin, the rest of the DEKA team for getting us situated this morning as we get set to go. If this is your first time tuning in, well, we're in for a little bit over 30 minutes of intense action here at DEKA Fit. Again, the event format, 500 meters of running, 10 zones. You repeat the run 10 times, do a zone after each run. So athletes will do 2 laps around the course, and then at the end of each second lap, we'll come in and do the stations. We'll take a quick lap around the course here to start with, as we can get a look at the different zones. We've got our alternating reverse lunges to start things off in zone 1. Again, they'll complete that, do their 2 laps, and then we've got the rower as zone 2. The nice thing about DEKA Fit is that every event is the exact same in terms of layout and order of competition and just the overall setup as well. So times are more comparable and athletes can really have a mark that they can shoot for. Again, the top 15 qualify for World Championships. There are some roll downs, so not sure exactly what the time is going to look like. There's also international events as well here over the next week or so, but I think about 32 minutes or 31:30 for the men and around 35 minutes for the women are probably the times that we're looking for in order to, in all likelihood, secure a spot for World Championships. So should be some intense competition at the start of this race, as again, we're a little bit over 10 minutes away from getting started. And if you can hear the PA in the background, looks like we're just a couple minutes away from call out, so I'm going to head over that way as we get set for action here from Ocala. We're at the World Equestrian Center. 30 right now, so we'll be a couple of minutes away from start. We'll have the call outs, we'll have the national anthem, and then things will be underway here from Ocala. Again, I'm Zander Kean, bringing you the action for the OCR report here this morning. Want to send best wishes out to Luke Halterman and his family. I know he was planning on being down here joining me on the ground, but unfortunately, due to some family situations, Luke is not here. But again, best wishes to Luke and his wife Jordan and their whole family, as we are definitely missing them here on the ground, but looking forward to hopefully being back on the mic with Luke for World Championships coming up here in a couple of months' time. So here we go. It's time for our call-outs. Getting set for the opening heat.
He's got 2 more minutes.
Maybe a bit of a false alarm as we're still a couple of minutes away. It looks like Yancey is going to give the elite athletes a little bit of a briefing, so we'll go over here and check that out. Again, Yancey, the mastermind of DEKA Fit, if you will, always on the ground, making sure the event is run in his image. We've got Dave Claxton here, taking on a new role as DEKA's head of officiating.
Guess what? Just like the lunges, you collect your hands and your face in someone else's hands, you do this for number 2. All right? Same deal at the end. Put her down, roll across the line. Any questions about that? You good? Right.
Guys, we're getting ready to call up the first 12. We will have 2 waves of 12 men, and then we'll move into the 1 wave of 12 females.
All right? Thanks for coming in, guys. Have fun.
What's up? Boss, what's the time between you?
So here, there from Dave Claxton, reiterating some of the points of emphasis, particularly on the first and last zone, the alternating reverse lunges, and then the ram burpees at the very end, just making sure athletes fully lock out and keep their form through all 30 reps of the lunges and 20 reps of the burpees, and making the point that if you lock out completely, then you know that you're good. Anything below that, 90, 95% of a lockout, then you put yourself at risk of getting no reps by some of the judges. So it's great to see Dave on the ground here. Again, that's a recent sort of change or addition to the team here at DEKA. Obviously, Dave Claxton's a guy that's been involved heavily in terms of attending, competing, and working with some local gym DEKA events as well. So we're getting set for action here, a few minutes away from our call-outs. So again, we expect to have 2 waves of elite men separated by about 15 minutes, and then the elite women will get underway shortly after some of the top men finish, which means it'll be a relatively clean course for our elite female field.
And from Connecticut, who won last year's DEKA Strong World Championship individually, Halterman.
She was definitely in town. Maybe Kean want to leave.
And from Mustang, Oklahoma, 19th at DEKA Fit Austin in June, Logan Palmer.
They might have trouble
He's already got it.
From Mexico City, Mexico, 7 career top 10 finishes at Smart Mexico National Series races. Miguel Angel Sanchez Monta. And from Waller, Texas, 13th at DEKA Strong World Championship, Brandon Bonnie. All right, and from Memphis, Tennessee, 5th at Men's DEKA Fit World Championship last year, Dustin Rudder. And from Ontario, Canada, 2nd in the 30 to 34 age group in last year's DEKA Fit World Championship in Dallas, James Muscart. And from Davis, California, 16th in last year's DEKA Fit World Championship, John Howard III. And from Dublin, Florida, a former high school quarterback and baseball player in Florida, Darren Miller. Hailing from Savannah, Georgia, Clayton Taylor. All right. And once again, from Ontario, Canada, 3rd at Men's Team DEKA Strong World Championship last year, Connor Bell. And from Colorado Springs, Colorado, 11th and 14th in the past 2 DEKA Fit World Championships with 3 career DEKA Fit podiums, Jack Bauer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for your 10 male universal fitness experience. They call it the DEKA Fit, where all the roles of fitness come together on the same day, in the same arena, to conquer the ultimate test of physical conditioning. Today, you will celebrate fitness. Today, you will earn your mark. And today, no matter what, you will emerge victorious. So, ladies and gentlemen of Ocala, Florida, are you ready? Male elites, I say DEKA, you say fit. DEKA, 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 go!
And we're officially underway here in Ocala, Florida, the final race in the regular season of the 2024 American DEKA Elite Series, the last opportunity for these athletes to qualify for World Championships. So they will begin their first 500-meter run, and we'll make our way over to Zone 1 as they'll be coming in hot for the weighted alternating reverse lunges. We can see some of our female competitors getting their warm-ups in. Again, they'll be getting started in just about a half hour from now. So we have the first men coming through the end of lap 1 here. We got one athlete off the front. Pretty much everyone else is packed up, trying to pace themselves early on here. As Zone 1, 30 reps of the weighted alternating reverse lunges. Again, that was a point of emphasis this year, was making sure that the athletes achieve full lockout on every rep.
You got that second hat, right? We're counting out loud. Here we go. Alternating reverse lunges, 30, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up.
Dustin Rudder in the lead early. We can see these top men will be working quickly through these lunges here. Every rep counted out by the judges. Not a whole lot of separation typically on this opening station. And Connor Bell is out first. Brandon Bonine right behind him. Dustin Rudder as well. There goes Jack Bauer, John Howard, and some others. 6 athletes break away from the pack here to open things up. As we're through those weighted alternating reverse lunges for the top pack of competitors, coming up next will be 500 meters. We'll park ourselves right there. They'll be flying around the first lap here momentarily. Plenty of stations available for all these athletes, but the advantage for the top competitors, they can pick their lane or their station or machine, get it where they want to be to make a quick exit once they're done.
Let's go, boys, let's go. Come on.
So again, we've got a top 6 or 7. That was James Muscard right in. Dustin Rudder, the early leader. Got some more of our first wave coming through here, their first lap.
Double check the strap. Watch out, cameraman. Go get him, John. Grab and go.
Nice pace, Jay. Nice pace.
500 meters. Grab and go.
Dustin Rudder, once again, the first athlete in there, pulling about a 148, 149 right now. Got Miguel Angel Sanchez Pontone, about a 145 in second place. Jack Bauer in third place right now. Again, most of these athletes pulling in the 140s.
Grab and go.
Got some lifting fingers.
Straps back where you go.
I believe this is 4, 5, 6 at least coming in, all around 250 meters, about halfway through the row. Coming back on the other side with our top competitors crossing the 300 meter mark. Again, not a ton of separation early on in this race between the top 6 or 7. All three of our athletes here still holding in the mid to high 140s. 400 meters for Dustin Rudder, so he'll be finishing up pretty soon, trying to exit the station in first place. Dustin Rudder's out. Jack Bauer just 2 seconds behind him. Connor Bell right behind Jack, 1, 2, 3. And here's Miguel, so our top 4 and now top 5 all out within about 10 seconds. John Howard coming out now. So that top 6 is still mostly separating from the field, although James Muscart is doing his best to hang on to the back of John Howard. Next up will be zone 3. That's your box step overs, 24-inch box. This may be the time where some of the more experienced DEKA athletes start to stretch things out a bit on the run. We see Dustin coming through now with about a 5 or 6 second gap over our next 2 athletes, Miguel and Connor. And Brandon right behind him, John Howard, James Muscart still hanging in there, 6th place and 7th place. You can see our DEKA staff members instructing the judges on the requirements of each station. They've got about a minute and a half to do that each time as these athletes come in. Dustin Rudder 1, Jack Bauer 2 coming into these box step overs. Miguel Angel Pontone is in 3rd. Connor Bell coming in 4th place. So the field getting strung out a little bit, but still not a huge gap. We can see our top couple of athletes here right front and center. They'll be able to quickly get out of the station once they're done with these 20 reps, which should only just be a few seconds from now. This is one of those stations where it's not much of a stumbling block for these athletes, as Dustin Rudder's already out, but it's a matter of just safely getting through it as efficiently as possible, not wanting to use that extra effort. There goes Jack Bauer in 2nd place. So Dustin Rudder 1, Jack Bauer 2 coming out of zone 3. Miguel Pontone, Connor Bell 3rd and 4th place. Brandon Bonine in 5th. There goes John Howard and James Muscart right behind him. So our top 7 athletes are all out of zone 3, getting ready for their next run. And now Dustin Rudder opening up a bit of a gap here on this run. as he moves through lap 1. He's got about a 7-second gap on Jack Bauer in second place. And then third and fourth, each about 5 seconds behind Jack and then behind each other. Now John Howard making a bit of a move. He tries to pull his way into fifth place. The dynamic of this race is interesting because obviously podium positions are on the line. You want to win the race, you're here to compete, but you're also here to run a time. None of these athletes are securely in a World Championship qualifying position. Jack Bauer comes in with a PR of 31:47, but I don't believe has run under 32 minutes yet this year. And so it's both racing each other and racing the clock to try and secure their spot in World Championships right back here in Ocala in a couple of months' time. Dustin Rudder and Jack Bauer in here in Zone 4. Miguel Angel Pontón right behind them. He's had a lot of success in the Mexican National Series, now trying his hand here in DEKA Fit. Connor Bell in fourth place.
Look at these guys go, folks. Look at them go.
In comes John Howard, James Muscart, and Brandon Bonine as well.
25 reps. Good job, boys. Good job. Go get him, Zach.
Jack Bauer makes a move, pulling himself into first place. Dustin Rudder, though, out right behind him. So our first lead change since very early on in this race as Jack Bauer exits Zone 4 in first place. And now Connor Bell also makes a move into third. So first and second change places, third and fourth change places, and John Howard is right behind in fifth. John, a very experienced racer, certainly knows how to pace this event, and he was out in about sixth place early on, has now worked his way very close to fourth, and he may be in fourth place by the time we come around on this run. Approaching the halfway point of this race, they're on run number 5, Jack Bauer. Coming around just a couple of seconds ahead of Dustin Rudder. The two athletes that just came through have been lapped. Miguel Angel Pontón, third place. Connor Bell and John Howard, fourth and fifth. As now we're getting set for the skier, just like the row, 500 meters on the ski. Should take just under 2 minutes for most of these athletes. There's James Muscart hanging in there in seventh place. This is the halfway mark in terms of number of runs and number of stations. They're completing run 5 right now. And this, of course, is Zone 5, as you can see on the screen, but not necessarily the halfway point in terms of effort. As we know, the assault bike can be a bit of a game changer. 1-2, Dustin Rudder, Jack Bauer in there, one after another, as they'll start cranking on the ski erg, well ahead of third and fourth place. And here's Miguel in third. John Howard has moved into fourth place. Connor Bell right behind him in fifth. Looks like our top two athletes are all pulling in the high 150s right around the 2-minute mark. About halfway through the ski erg for these top competitors. Dustin Rudder just passed 300 meters. Jack Bauer approaching 350, so the back half of this ski erg for all these top competitors and the rest of this front pack is just a bit behind them. Looks like Dustin and Jack are past 400 meters now, so just a few more strokes left, and they'll be out on run number 6.
Jack Bauer does this side by side. How long are you going to wait? And
4 or 5 second gap for Jack Bauer, back into first place over Dustin Rudder, as first and second have, for the most part, pulled away a little bit here. But 3 and 4, we got a battle for the podium emerging as Miguel and Connor are out stride by stride. John Howard trying to run them down as well. And now we're going to second elite heat on the course as well. So a bit more traffic on the runs. We'll stick with our top competitors as they come through here. As the back half of this first wave working their way through the ski erg. We'll round the corner here, heading towards zone 6. Got Jack Bauer coming right at us. He's still got a decent gap on Dustin Rudder. About 5 seconds right now. Jack is in front. Miguel breaking away in third place. He's trying to hunt down Dustin. Here comes Connor and John. There's James Muscard in 7th place. And then here's our second wave. So all of these athletes, you know, they could run an outstanding time, but they're obviously well behind in terms of where they are in the race as they're just getting started here. Our top competitors are past the halfway mark. Jack Bauer making his way there in the background, coming around, getting ready for the farmer's carry. Now the race stringing out 1, 2, 3. Jack Bauer will pick up the dumbbells and get to work here momentarily. Dustin Rudder just a couple of seconds behind him, and Miguel just a couple of seconds behind that. So our top 3 are in. As here to look at Jack Bauer coming through on the farmer's carry, definitely a strong carrier. Jack is finishing up here.
Back in the box, back in the box.
Good stuff, guys. Good stuff.
Making sure the athletes deposit the dumbbells back in the box when they finish up. And now we've got 3, 4, 5, all pretty close together. Miguel, then John, then Connor. As they are out. So our top 5 have pretty much broken away from the field, but James Muscard putting in some work, kind of in no man's land here. And now we come toward what could be the game-changing station of this competition, the assault bike. It's where races are won, races can be lost, moves can be made. As Jack Bauer makes his way through. 4 or 5 seconds still, pretty consistent gap right now that Jack has on Dustin. Miguel Angel Pontone in 3rd place. There's John Howard in 4th. There's Connor Bell in 5th. That's our top 5. Again, these other athletes, a lot of them are in wave 2.
Around the Zone 7, Zone
Here comes Jack Bauer, ready for his 25 seconds of air bike. Dustin Rudder right behind him. And Miguel Angel Pontone in third place. So our top three are all within 10 seconds of each other here heading into the bike. So here we go. This is where the strategy to absolutely sell out on the bike and give up time later. So you pace yourself a little bit, stay strong on the run. We'll see what happens here. Jack Bauer in first place, Dustin Rudder in second, Miguel Angel Pontone in third. 1, 2, 3 here on the screen. We've got our next couple of athletes coming in on the other side of the zone. Over here we can see John Howard, James Muscart, and Connor Bell as well. So here's 4, 5, 6. These athletes right now not in podium position, but trying to put in that work because you never know what happens to the top three after this air bike. You can see a bit of difference in technique. Jack Bauer firmly seated on the bike. Dustin Rudder kind of a bit of a hybrid. Miguel was up on his 2 feet there for about 10 seconds, but now sits back down. And there goes Jack Bauer. Has opened up a bit of a lead now on this bike. Ten or 11 seconds, Jack Bauer in front, the biggest gap that he has had in the lead. And Dustin Rudder himself, despite giving up time on Jack, has put in some time on third place. And there's Miguel Angel Pontone. Connor Bell off screen coming out in fourth place, trying to make some moves. And John Howard and James Muscart as well. I think John Howard actually may have briefly moved into third place, but then I see Miguel passing him on the run. So Miguel's still holding third place. John Howard has moved into fourth. It's about a 12-second lead for Jack Bauer coming out of that zone. And here's Jack on the run. There's Dustin Rudder in second place. Got a few second wave athletes mixed in, but here's third place right here, trying to hunt down Dustin Rudder. And then John Howard coming through in fourth place. He's made a bit of a move here in the second half of this race. You can see there in the high blue socks, John Howard in fourth. And then Connor Bell, fifth place athlete, just came through there. So So Jack Bowers absolutely opened up a gap here. Coming off the air bike, staying strong, and then through those dead ball overs. And you can see now we have a battle for second place. Dustin Rudder and then Miguel Angel Pontone. About a 25-second gap. John Howard in fourth place, getting after it as well. And here's James Muscard, who's worked his way from 7th into 5th over the last couple of stations, trying to finish strong himself. Connor Bell in the gray shorts here, currently in 6th place. As Jack Bauer, our race leader, gets ready for the push and pull. He makes his way in. Five down and backs here for Jack Bauer as he tries to put the finishing touches on this race win. Miguel has worked his way into second place coming through. It's about a 23-second lead for Jack Bauer, and then about 2 seconds between our second and third place athletes.
So in zone 9, we have Jack Bauer, Dustin Rudder, Miguel Sanchez, and John Howard. James Muscard is now in, as well as Connor Bell. Great job, gentlemen. Great job. Keep on pushing. 100 meters back and forth. And they'll make their way back to the DEKA Fit Arena for 2 more laps. Head into the final zone. Yes, the final zone. Zone number
So you can hear on the PA, this is the second to last station, just one run left. As Jack Bauer still holding about a 25-second lead coming into this station. And he is out. So Jack Bauer out in first place. And now we'll turn our attention here to the battle for second place. Dustin Rudder, our early race leader. But Miguel Angel Sanchez Pontone has done a great job of hanging in there, using his running ability is really where he's held his position and made up time over the course of this race. And still one more down. He's for Dustin Rudder. And Miguel right front and center here on screen. He's got another one as well. So Jack Bauer's pretty much salted this race away. As Jack is coming around here for his first lap of this last run, before any other athletes, there's John Howard. Jack comes through. John Howard out in second place, and then Dustin Rudder right behind him. And there's James Muscart, and there's Miguel now in fifth place. So we've got some action here, podium positions changing as we head toward the final part of this race. As we're heading down to these ramp burpees again, this is the last station, a point of emphasis, full walkout. Make sure your chest or torso hits the ram on the ground. And here we go. Jack Bauer about his final 40 meters of running here in this DEKA Fit competition. He'll make his way in. Commanding lead. This race is pretty much over in terms of who's going to win. The question is, how will the rest of the podium positions and times shake out? Jack Bauer's pretty much lapped the field here and now getting after it onto his ramp burpees. Jack Bauer on rep 15 before any other athletes come in, but 2, 3, and 4 are all within a few seconds of each other. Jack Bauer just a couple of burpees away from sealing this victory here in Ocala, Florida. One more rep for Jack Bauer and he'll be our winner of this men's heat. He puts the ram down, he's across the line, and Jack Bauer gets it done. And now the battle for the podium. We've got 3 or 4 athletes all in similar position.
They're making their way towards their podiums.
We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all on the burpees right now. The question becomes, who is going to have enough left to secure a podium position? Dustin Rudder's been in second most of the race. Miguel Angel Sanchez Pontone's been getting it done as well. John Howard's made a good late push. James Muscard and Connor Bell trying to finish strong in their own right. 5 reps left for Dustin Rudder. You can see the fatigue building as these athletes try and maintain full walkout and get through these last several reps. And John Howard will finish in second place with a huge late push. And then Dustin Rudder in third. There's your podium. Jack Bauer 1, John Howard 2, Dustin Rudder 3. And there's Miguel Angel Sanchez Pontone, and Connor Bell comes in 5th place. And James Muscart ran a lot of this race alone, which is sometimes the hardest way to do it, but finishes with a solid 6th place there. So there's our top 6 competitors. We've still got a few more athletes in this first heat. 31:30 for Jack Bauer. It's about a 17-second PR for Jack Bauer, trying to put himself in a solid position for World Championship qualifying. Was a man on a mission. He's been a top 15 competitor each of the last 2 years at DEKA Fit Worlds. Broke away in the second half of this race. The air bike really became the game changer as Jack Bauer secured the victory here this morning, and most importantly, in all likelihood, a Tom qualifier for World Championships here the weekend of December 13th through the 15th. A little bit of inception, if you will. You can see the live stream on the monitor in the background. It's a cool feature here at the World Equestrian Center in Ocala, is that helps spectators get a view of the action. They can see what we're streaming from all throughout the arena on both sides. Everyone leaving absolutely everything out on the arena here. Brandon Bonine coming across, finishing his race. As we should just be a few moments away from our call-outs here for our female heat. Got Dylan Moran here finishing up his race, getting after these burpees. Just a few moments away for the start of our elite female race.
Once again, we are calling our elite females into the start line. So if I can get my elite females over to this area by the crowd, we are going to announce you by name. And when you hear your name called, please smile into the start line. All right.
Bridget. Dave already talked about this. Bridget has brought one of her soccer friends, Lexi, who visited.
Earlier this year, Caitlin Crumpler.
So there's some intel there from Yancey. Again, Bridget Brown, longtime DEKA competitor, has brought in a ringer, Lexi Hazel, with a soccer background. All right, just moments away from the start of our female heat. Got a few first-timers here in the competition today. We've got some athletes trying to secure their World Championship qualification as well. You heard it there over the PA. Our elite female wave is off. Some of the top competitors we expect to emerge at the front of the pack: Stephanie Hillman, Brooklyn Nichols, Bridget Brown, and then Lexi Hazel. A bit of a wild card, Lexi. I guess she's friends with Bridget, convinced to give this a try. We've seen several first-time athletes make some noise on the DEKA Fit skit this year. And we'll see if Lexi be one of those. Bridget Brown, Stephanie Hillman, Lexi Hazel, 1, 2, 3. Nichols in 4th place. And the remainder of this heat right behind them, as they'll make their way around the course one more time and then head into zone 1.
There we go!
A strong pack here with our top 3 athletes as they'll come in. Stephanie Hillman first in. Bridget Brown almost missed the turn, but she's in there as well. Lexi Hazel right with those top three. Brooklyn Nichols just a couple of seconds behind them in fourth place.
30, alternating reverse lunges. 30.
These ladies are now doing 30 repetitions of reverse lunges with brain weights on them. This looks as easy as you may think, so let's cheer them on.
And Stephanie Hillman is out first, with Bridget and Lexi just a couple of seconds behind her, and then Brooklyn Nichols out in fourth place.
Okay, guys. So now it's going to be comeback. So let's get the 55 on the left.
A little bit of extra traffic on course here with our second elite male wave, but plenty of running room for the most part for these female athletes. Stephanie Hillman, Bridget Brown, Lexi Hazel, 1, 2, 3. Brooklyn Nichols, who definitely has the stay power. She won the DEKA Fit Ultra a little over a month ago. Now sharpening down to just one time through the DEKA Fit circuit, as our top five have pretty much broken away from the rest of the field here. Early indications that we'll have a great battle up front based on how close the top four are here. You can see Dave Claxton giving some further instructions to our volunteer judges here. Again, Dave new in a role, a more formalized position, overseeing officiating here at DEKA Fit. As our front three pack comes in, 1, 2, 3, Stephanie, Bridget, Lexi, as they'll all head on the rower, and Brooklyn Nichols coming around probably about 15 cents behind them.
Brooklyn Nichols top, closing on the top four. And now entering is Kimberly. So our top five are now at zone number 2, the 500 meter row.
Stephanie Hillman, Bridget Brown approaching 200 meters, both rowing just under 2-minute pace. Lexi Hazel right now under 150. And Brooklyn Nichols rowing just about a 2-minute pace. Bridget and Stephanie over halfway through this row. Only about 15 meters of separation in this 500-meter row. Looks like Lexi is pulled into first place. She's passed 400 meters. Just a few seconds left on this row. And Lexi out in first place. Stephanie Hillman in second. Bridget Brown right behind in third place. So our first lead change of the day here in our elite female heat. Lexi Hazel, the newcomer to DEKA Fit, is in first place. But just a couple of seconds separation. Brooklyn Nichols now trying to finish things up on the row in fourth. Brooklyn is out. And so our top four are back out onto run number 3. And then Kimberly Deckery in 5th place, another newcomer to DEKA Fit. Hanging in there, trying to gain some ground on Brooklyn. Heard during intros, Lexi Hazel, 3:06 marathoner, certainly has strong aerobic endurance capabilities. Just a couple of seconds ahead of Stephanie Hillman, who is also a couple of seconds ahead of Bridget Brown. Top 3 have opened up a gap here on run number 3 in our elite female heat. There in the background, you can see our men's winner, Jack Bauer, cooling down a little bit. Get some congratulations from Yancey over there. Now Brooklyn Nichols in 4th place, coming around on the run. And Kimberly Deckery trying to keep Brooklyn in sight and hunt down 4th place as this race progresses. So again, we've got our instructions from our DEKA Fit officials, making sure that judges are aware of the standards and able to call reps. Now Stephanie Hillman's made a bit of a move on this run. Stephanie comes in just seconds ahead of Lexi Hazel. Bridget Brown in 3rd place. Our top 3 all into the box step overs. These 20 reps should go quickly. And this is a situation where maybe experience and technique do benefit athletes like Stephanie Hillman and Bridget Brown. Although Lexi seems to be moving pretty well through these box step overs here. You're looking at 1 and 2. Lexi Hazel in the lighter outfit. Stephanie Hillman in the dark blue. Now Brooklyn Nichols comes in 4th place. Is out. And Bridget Brown comes out neck and neck, about 5 seconds behind. Bridget and Lexi are 5 seconds behind Stephanie Hillman, who is our race leader. And now Kimberly will make work of these box step overs. Brooklyn Nichols out in 4th place. And here's Stephanie Hillman, still in 1st place, trying to open up a bit more of a gap. About 5 or 6 seconds between Stephanie and Bridget, and then Lexi Hazel just a couple of seconds or a couple of strides behind. Our top 3 have opened up a gap. Still plenty of race to go though, although those 3 are looking strong right now to potentially make up our podium positions. Here's a look at zone number 4, med ball sit-ups. Stephanie Hillman looking strong, comes in 1st place here into zone number 4. 7-second gap between Stephanie and then 2nd and 3rd. Bridget and Lexi still stride for stride. They're all about halfway through this zone with the 25 reps. Rep 15 for Bridget Brown. And now Brooklyn Nichols comes in fourth place.
Good job, Steph.
Stephanie Hillman maintains the lead. We'll check the gap. Still just about 5 or 6 seconds. But now Bridget Brown, for the first time in a while, has opened up a gap on Lexi Hazel, the first timer. Lexi in third place has finished up those med ball sit-ups, and now Brooklyn Nichols in fourth, trying to make quick work. You can see Brooklyn very efficient moving through these stations as someone who's done 5 of these in a row. And Brooklyn out in fourth place still. Stephanie Hillman, Bridget Brown, 1-2 into the ski erg. And Lexi just a couple of seconds behind the two of them. Top 3 athletes all in the ski erg here, zone number 5. Fourth place, Brooklyn Nichols now into the ski erg as well. Top 2 athletes are about 200 meters in. This is a 500-meter ski. Right now, Bridget Brown, Lexi Hazel pulling about 206, 207. Their fastest, Stephanie Hillman, about a 215, trying to maintain the lead through this station and back out onto the run. Now 300 meters in for our top few competitors. Consistent pacing for these experienced athletes at the front of the race, and now past 400 meters. So just a few seconds left. Kimberly Deckery in 5th place is now into the zone as well. Stephanie Hillman's been our race leader with about a 5-second gap for the last 2 or 3 stations. Will that remain the case after the ski erg? Bridget Brown and Lexi Hazel are both skiing quickly, and they are done stride for stride. Our top 2, Bridget Brown and Stephanie Hillman, are out together, finishing at almost the exact same time, and Lexi back out onto the run in 3rd place. Now Heather Anderson in 6th place is in as well. Brooklyn 400 meters through the ski erg. With CrossFit experience, Brooklyn may be an athlete that's looking to make a move on the assault bike coming up in a couple of zones. We'll see how that unfolds. But right now our top 3 are well out onto the run. And now Brooklyn is out. So our top 4 back onto the run. And here's Stephanie Hillman using that running ability, opening up a bit of a gap on Bridget Brown, coming around. Our top 4 now past the halfway mark. This is run number 6 before the farmer's carry. Of course, that's zone 6. Here is Brooklyn Nichols coming around now. Has been in 4th place for most of this race. Trying to stick to pacing and finish the second half of this race strong. And now Stephanie Hillman is in onto the farmer's carry. Bridget Brown about 8 seconds behind, with Lexi Hazel coming in about 10 seconds behind that. Here's Lexi in 3rd place, trying to keep those top 2 in sight. You can see our top 3 competitors all here on the farmer's carry. And Stephanie Hillman making quick work of this.
Woo! Look strong, look strong.
Stephanie Hillman back out onto the run.
Bridget.
Now a 13 or 14 second gap. Stephanie Hillman in front of Bridget Brown. And Bridget has also made up some time on Lexi Hazel, so things opening up a little bit here through the farmer's carry. Strong work from Stephanie Hillman to take about a 6-second gap and make it 13 as Lexi Hazel, trying to work through the second half of this race, comes out in 3rd place. Now Brooklyn Nichols moving very well through this farmer's carry.
Yes.
Drop and go.
Come on, drop and go.
You got this next zone.
Now Brooklyn back out on the hunt. Stephanie Hillman coming around lap 1. As next up is going to be the assault bike. There's Bridget Brown trying to reel in the gap on Stephanie Hillman. There's our 5th place athlete, Kimberly. Now we've got some male age group heats on the course as well, so a bit of traffic. There's Lexi Hazel in 3rd place. As we saw in the men's race when Jack Bauer widened the gap and then continued to build, the assault bike can be a game-changing station. As Stephanie Hill will come in 1st place. She is into zone number 7. You see Brooklyn Nichols there right about a lap down. Stephanie Hillman will be a few calories in by the time Bridget Brown gets onto this station. I can see Lexi Hazel rounding the corner close to 100 or close to 50 meters behind Bridget. 22-second gap coming into this zone, but that could change in either direction after this. And now Lexi in third place. Top three competitors are all on the bike.
Yeah, let's move this thing. Look at it. I'll tell you right here. Yeah. Come on, Brooke.
And in the background, Brooklyn Nichols also in fourth place.
All right, zone number 7 is where the fun happens. This is where first through fourth can really get mixed up. So keep on pushing, you are right there. Brooklyn is pushing. So is Stephanie. Looks like Lexi's getting and Bridget is pushing away. Who's coming out first, ladies? And still in the lead is Stephanie.
And Bridget Brown is done with the assault bike in second place, but a huge gap opened up by Stephanie Hillman. Now the question becomes, who will come out in third place? Here's our fifth place athlete coming in. And Lexi Hazel does hang on to third place, and she is out back on the run. And Brooklyn Nichols trying to finish up these last couple of calories. And now Brooklyn is done, back out on the run. So our top four competitors all on run number 8.
Brooklyn is now back in the game, folks. Brooklyn has shaved 40 seconds. She is now in the mix for the top 3. Heather Anderson is now making her way to zone number 7. Bridget is now jockey. She's starting her second lap.
That was Bridget Brown on lap number 2. And Lexi Hazel coming, still hanging on behind her. Here's Lexi, who has one more lap to go before getting into the dead ball over. Brooklyn Nichols, though, on the hunt. 2, 3, and 4, about equal separation. Here comes Brooklyn Nichols, who has another lap. Here's Stephanie Hillman, who is now pulled away from the rest of the field onto zone number 8, the dead ball overs.
And she's coming close. Bridget is now making her way to zone number 8. Bridget Brown is going to enter zone number 8.
So Stephanie Hillman 11 reps in before Bridget Brown comes in. So nearly half, or more than half the station in front. Now our top 2 are here on the dead ball overs. Stephanie Hillman on rep 15 as Lexi Hazel in third place comes in. Brooklyn Nichols still trying to close the gap is only about 10 or 12 seconds behind third place right now. Brooklyn used the assault bike to make a move and is trying to work back toward third place. Stephanie Hillman is out of the zone in first place. 2, 3, and 4 are all still working their way through these dead ball overs. Rep 15 for Bridget Brown. Bridget trying to maintain the gap on third place and hold on to second through the back half of this race. And Bridget is out. One more rep for Lexi, who has maintained third place through the dead ball overs. But Brooklyn is right there. Third and fourth, neck and neck, just separated by a couple of strides. So here we go. This is going to be a battle. There's Stephanie Hillman, the race leader, who has pulled away. Bridget Brown has also opened up a gap in second. But all of a sudden, Brooklyn Nichols, strong on the stations, made a huge move on the bike to claw back over 30 seconds and has now moved almost into third place. And we'll see how this unfolds on the run. There's a look at Bridget Brown in second place. Lexi Hazel trying to maintain the lead on fourth. Lexi in third, Brooklyn in fourth. And here comes Stephanie Hillman, moving so well right now. Onto zone number 9, the push and pull. So the tank push pull here for Stephanie Hillman. 5 down, 5 back.
Reach out to all you athletes on course now. Thank you for celebrating fitness with all of us here. And at the turn is Bridget Brown. Bridget Brown makes the turn. And is about to enter zone number 9. Zone 9.
Now Bridget is in on zone 9. So 1 and 2 are both here in the tank push and pull. And Lexi Hazel, it's not a big gap, but it's a little wider than it was coming out of the dead ball over. So Lexi Hazel using that running ability to get a couple of seconds on Brooklyn Nichols, but they are in the same position. You see Lexi in the gray, Brooklyn in the pastel, green and pink, third and fourth place. Here's Bridget Brown in second, and Stephanie Hillman, our first place competitor in the all blue on this pull. Brooklyn and Lexi effectively tied for third place right now. But Brooklyn Nichols is moving faster through this push and pull. With a CrossFit background, this is a part of the competition where Brooklyn expects to have an advantage, and we're seeing that play out here. And Stephanie Hillman is done. Stephanie Hillman back onto the final run of the competition. Bridget Brown, I believe, has one more length to go. And now Brooklyn Nichols has opened a gap on fourth place, trying to finish strong in third. And Bridget Brown, our second place athlete, is done. Brooklyn Nichols in third now. Brooklyn makes another big move and is in sight of second place. Top three are all out on the final run as Lexi Hazel is finishing up the pull. And now Lexi is out, trying to finish strong here in her first DEKA Fit competition. This is the last run of the race for this elite female competitors. Here comes Bridget Brown. She's got one more lap to go. Brooklyn Nichols is trying to hunt down Bridget, about 10 seconds down right now. Stephanie Hillman coming through momentarily to start those 20 ramp burpees to finish off this race. Here's Lexi Hazel in fourth. She's a lap down. Stephanie Hillman, our race leader, is now into the final zone. Here's Stephanie Hillman trying to go sub 35. The clock is about to tick 34 minutes right now, and she's got about 15 reps to go.
That's my thought.
Stephanie Hillman halfway through burpees. Bridget Brown in second place is now on to the ramp burpees as well. But here comes Brooklyn Nichols, only about 2 or 3 reps down. I think that was rep 3 for Bridget. And Brooklyn will try to finish off. She's worked her way all the way back onto the podium. Can she finish in second place? We'll see. Stephanie Hillman, just a couple of reps to go to try and finish. And Stephanie Hillman is across. Stephanie Hillman, our race winner, a strong time, and now the battle for second and third. On the other side of the zone, Lexi Hazel came in fourth place. Also working for these burpees. But here's the battle for second place. It's Bridget Brown in the foreground. It's Brooklyn Nichols in the background. Who will get second? Who will get third? They're both giving it everything that they have. 3 reps left for Bridget. Just 2 reps left now for Bridget Brown. Should be the last rep. And Bridget sets it down and will finish in second place. Bridget Brown holds off a late charge from Brooklyn Nichols. And there comes Brooklyn onto the podium. Paced it very well, made a huge move on the bike, and ends up taking third place here this morning. And now Lexi Hazel with a few reps left to come across in fourth.
She's crushing it. 36 and she's still giving 120%.
About 36:15 on the clock right now for Lexi.
Let's go.
Sub 36:30 for Lexi Hazel in a DEKA Fit debut. Very strong time. Ended up giving up some time back to Brooklyn Nichols, but gets fourth place. As our top 4 athletes left absolutely everything out on the floor here today.
Great job, ladies. Great job.
Unofficially 34:53 for Stephanie Hillman, and then 35:41 for Bridget Brown, 35:42 for Brooklyn Nichols. And this is Kimberly Deckery, who's been in 5th place for most of this competition. Believe it's Kimberly's first DEKA Fit event. Has some high rocks and CrossFit experience. Finishing off these Ram burpees. It's always tough to run pretty much alone, as Kimberly has been for just about the entire race, but a strong effort to finish these off. One more rep for Kimberly as she'll finish up here in 5th place, setting the Ram down and coming across the line. Comfortably under 40 minutes for Kimberly Deckery, as our top 5 athletes are all through. We expect an exciting action, with this being the last DEKA Fit qualifier on American soil prior to World Championships. We got exactly that. Competitive races up front on both the men's and women's side. Jack Bauer with a strong performance, pulling away at the end, going well under 32 minutes, and in all likelihood getting himself a spot into the World Championships here in Ocala. And then John Howard and Dustin Rutter, solid races as well. And then on the female side, Stephanie Hillman ran a somewhat similar race to Jack Bauer, where Stephanie was in a bit of a pack early on and then ended up pulling away in the second half of the race, winning comfortably with a great battle. Both times, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place came down to a burpee off, as we saw on the men's side, John Howard get it done. And then on the women's side, Bridget Brown holding off a late charge from Brooklyn Nichols, as Heather Anderson finishes up the Ram burpees here as well. Heather trying to get a PR. 42:13 is her time. So we'll stick with it here to see if she can get a top time here in DEKA Fit in this elite women's race. Just a few laps left for Heather Anderson. And Heather Anderson is across. A strong PR, about 30 seconds for Heather in this elite field. So once again, a great day of competition here at DEKA Fit. The day is only beginning. We can see the arena getting filled up with age group competitors ready to get after it all day long. And then of course the team competition coming up early this afternoon. I want to thank the crew at the OCR Report for helping put this on. Jason Dupree getting me situated for this broadcast. I want to thank Yancey, Dave, Robin, the rest of the team at DEKA Fit, again, for all the hospitality, making sure that we're set up with access to the course with a gimbal and Wi-Fi as well to hopefully bring a solid one-man stream here in DEKA Fit Ocala. That's going to just about do it for this elite competition here this morning. Again, we'll be back here in a couple months' time for DEKA Fit World Championships, hopefully right here inside this same building, as the top qualifiers across the world will convene here at the World Equestrian Center to get after it. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. It's been a great morning. Now I've got to go get ready to race myself here in a little over an hour. So thanks for tuning into the OCR Report, and we'll catch you next time.